video which works really nicely for Thanksgiving and for harvest time and maybe even Halloween kind of time, but it's this kind of autumnal fruitiness. So this is kind of a bottle gourd that'll go like that, and this will be another kind of lumpy bottle gourd, which is one of those ones that sort of go a little bit sort of weird like that. And this is one of those kind of flat squashes, which I don't know, I think they're called patty pans or something like that. So you want to kind of draw an ellipse inside an ellipse, and then we'll have the top coming out there. Now this one also will want to have kind of marks like that. We want lumps all over it as well. So let's draw this one in first. So here we're going to want the stalk, which will be kind of going off like that. And this is just really, really very, very easy. We just draw a nice smooth line, slightly nipped in at the waist. Whereas this one, we're going to come along here, and then whoop, and then we're going to do these little whoop, these little nobules. It's one of these knobbly kind of gourds. So as you're kind of going around, you go whoop, like that. Whoops, and another one, there we go. And then you can do the odd one that kind of sticks out like that a bit more. Let's do another one there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of draw a very kind of slightly wiggly line like that, and maybe another one. So it wants to be kind of wavy line. Don't press so hard when you're doing that one. And we'll put in a couple more kind of little nobules on there, and then we're going to want to have the stalk sort of coming off like that. And then this little patty pan, this is a bit more complicated, I think. So let's do a bit more drawing in here. We want to have a kind of a W shape there, which is going to come around like that. Don't press too hard when you're drawing like this, because it's harder to erase the lines afterwards. Okay, and then we want to sort of come around like that, and we're sort of coming around and down into this curve that we did earlier, and that would be kind of like that. Yes, good. So we want to draw this W kind of shape there, and then all the way around and around like that. So we're coming to this inner ellipse shape there. And let's do this gourd bit, the stem going like that, and then that's going to be a bit something like that. Okay, and then let's come around, and then we're going to have another one there. So now we need to kind of curve up, but I'm going to do this with quite dotted lines. These are kind of curving up to that top section, and we'll have one there as well, I think, and that will give that kind of shape to it. And then we're going to need a bit underneath as well. When you are sure that the ink is dry, then you can erase those pencil lines, and I'm going to put a little horizon line in there just so we can put these on the table. And I'm going to put some shading in there like that, and the shading's a bit more complicated here, I think. We want a bit in there, a bit there, not doing too much shading, and then we'll have a little bit of shading on the table to put it on the table, as it were, like that. And then I'm going to colour these in very, very quickly in a kind of watercolour. I'm going to paint that kind of orangey colour, strange kind of orangey colour. And I'm going to make a little bit darker around on that side, and then the stalk will be a kind of a brown colour. I'll do the stalks all the same kind of colour, I think. And this again is kind of that colour on the top. I'm just going to take that so far, and then I'll let it dry. And once again, these can be this kind of weird colour, but what I'm just going to leave some little bits of white here as a kind of shininess. So we need a little bit of white on the top there, a little bit of white there as kind of reflection of the light on there. And then this is the nice thing about watercolour, is you can just kind of paint over layer underneath once it's dry. And so this is kind of one of those things that has a kind of half and half colouring. So it's kind of green at the bottom. And then some of these have these kind of little green veins on them as well. So I'm just going to kind of very gently kind of paint these kind of little green lines, following the lines that are already drawn on there. I'm going to make it a bit darker underneath, and then I'm going to make that also a bit darker there. I'm just going to quickly follow up with a bit more shadow underneath, and then maybe also this could be a little bit darker, I think, here, and also around on this side. There you go, how to draw 3 gourds and squashes real easy.